We're setting up our cameras in a soundproof interrogation room. Outside this door, a blindfolded and handcuffed Jack Letts is being led down the hall. Bewildered and barefoot, he steered into our makeshift studio. Were you made aware that I was coming to see you, or did you know why you were brought here?
No.
This is the man the British tabloids branded Jihadi Jack, with a photo of what appears to be an ISIS salute, although his family points out it's a gesture he made long before he went to Syria in 2014. Jack has previously admitted to being a member of ISIS, but now claims he was under duress and wants to set the record straight.
Was I an ISIS member? No. A lot of things I said a long time ago because I was scared, if that makes sense. I can't say everything because I'm still in prison. Maybe it will be the last opportunity I can to get this truth across, I don't know.
Kurdish officials holding him and thousands of other foreign suspected ISIS members are calling on countries to take their citizens home. Since Jack has been stripped of his British citizenship, Canada is the only place he could be repatriated to. There is no public or political will to do so. Jack has been here 7.5 years, a detention with no end.
I don't know, I used to think a lot about the future and what might happen, but it's like being in a desert. Every time you come to a dune, there's another dune after it, so I stopped thinking.
Diagnosed with severe obsessive-compulsive disorder as a teen, Jack converted to Islam at the age of 16. And at 18, he says, he became obsessed with what was happening to his fellow Muslims in Syria when pro-democracy protests turned into a brutal civil war.
I would spend hours on YouTube seeing people blown to pieces. I'm sitting in a 3-story house on a computer. I felt like I was a hypocrite. I felt like I was a horrible person.
But how does it go from wanting to help people in Syria to joining ISIS?
And this is where naivety played its role. I know it sounds ridiculous, ISIS being who ISIS are, but they said they're the only people who really want the best for the people. They're the ones who are really fighting for Syrians.
Jack says once he arrived in Syria in 2014, he quickly learned that was a lie.
I thought they were the right thing at the beginning, to be honest. As soon as I got there, I realized they weren't, which just led to them putting me in prison 3 times and almost killing me.
Jack claims he became an enemy of ISIS inside their territory, that he was repeatedly jailed in places like this. I visited one of the many makeshift prisons ISIS created to torture non-believers and those who tried to escape their territory.
It's just eerie to be in here, so claustrophobic. This is the size of one cell, and the people who were brought in here generally did not make it out of here alive.
Without exaggerating, more than 20 of my close friends were killed by ISIS. It's amazing they didn't kill me. And they told me they were going to kill me, and they didn't.
People will hear your story, and they will say, let him rot in a jail in Syria.
At least let me rot in a prison in Canada. Maybe I can see my mum once in a year.
You recognize that if you're brought to Canada, you will likely face charges.
I have no problem to go back to Canada now and they put me in prison for 100 years and I die in prison, no problem.